two, one.
Alright, everyone. Hello, my name is Tigre, or Jake, and I'm joined by Saken and Hyperguardian. Introduce yourself, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Alright, okay, so we are Global Ninja Warrior, and we've been creating Minecraft parkour events for the last 2 years. And so I'm getting really distracted by there. What is going on?
What is happening over there?
It looks like he had a skin changer mod on. You could take parts of your skin
Alright,
right
okay.
off.
Okay. Global Ninja Warrior is we've been doing for the last 2 years, and we've been creating like Minecraft parkour events since 2017, end of 2016. So our journey for Global Ninja Warrior has been pretty crazy, to be honest. We started on actually another server, didn't we? So you can
Yeah, we started on our person who hosts our servers. We started on their server. We were going to make some sort of, I don't even remember what the event was going to be. It was some sort of event, and we had completely finished all of the terraforming. We had made this huge mountain by hand, and we realized that it was going to take too long, so we destroyed it all. And then we came up with the idea for doing an event that was like American Ninja Warrior, and we were building it from the ground up. But like, we had built our first course with its surroundings, and then we had started working on our second qualifier when the world corrupted and we didn't have a backup, so we had to start over again. This was all like late 2016, early 2017. And so then we decided just to go with a pre-built map. So like it was, we used a map and we give the person who made the map credit. And we build our courses on cities that are in there, and if they fit, then the course fits and we can put it there.
So I guess we talk about like how we had all our obstacle ideas. So I guess people are wondering, I suppose, how we create all our obstacle ideas. There's a massive sort of American Ninja Warrior, loads of different events in Minecraft that happen, but we obviously trying to find a niche and into that sort of area. So trying to find something that was unique to us. So we decided to put the idea of global as being all over the world and having anyone throughout the world be able to come and play on our events, but also having like our own sort of obstacle ideas. We didn't want to copy anyone's obstacles, and certainly not for this year as well. We wanted 100% our own ideas. So the way we kind of design our obstacles is a little bit different from how you would normally design it. So we have like a 4-step process in how we'll design our events. So essentially, we showcase the new obstacle, and then we'll be able to also showcase new mechanics and kind of have them successfully taught, developed, twisted, and then thrown away in place for other new obstacles. So, for example, we can take the TIE Fighter from this year, where competitors have to stand between two glass panels and sort of stay in between them as they move down the track, and to avoid falling into the water. And basically, each obstacle starts in kind of like a safe environment, so like our training center. And for our TIE Fighter, this would mean where players have a floor beneath them and there's no pressure from falling in the event. And then we'll be able to, develop them, and that would be on the course. So in the qualifiers and the finals, where we have no floor, obviously, and then if they fall, then they're out. And develop them further in the finals, finalize them, give them a final test, so perhaps giving the TIE Fighter a faster time. And then we get to twist them, so completely turn them on their head and make them absolutely massive, throw something else in. So for our TIE fighter, we had a 40 block long version of it, where we had people try run through like this crazy thing that started slow and then went really fast towards the end, like almost like a roller coaster. And then we throw them away and place in new obstacles, and we repeat that same process. Is there any questions that anyone else has?
I actually have a couple of talking points for you guys. I know we talked about it. We kind of covered it a little bit yesterday on whenever the contest was going on. How many people have you had compete in the last year, and how many have actually completed the course?
We had so in 2018 we had 100 competitors, and in our qualifiers, only 4 finished throughout both of our qualifiers. 4 people finished the 2 separate qualifiers. And then in knockouts, which is stage 1 of international, whatever, no one finished. In quarterfinals, 2 people finished, and then in semifinals, 1 person finished, and they were the only one that moved on to the finals, and they didn't win, sadly.
Wow. And is that all using the same course that you guys have here today?
No, every course is different and made more difficult throughout the event. So even both the qualifiers were separate. The obstacles we used at the event here were a mixture of obstacles from both of our qualifiers.
Okay, I see.
So the first obstacle was in both. It was the basic, whatever. The second obstacle is from Venice. The third one is from New York. And then the 4th and 5th are from Venice, and the 6th one, which is Warped Walls, in both.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
See, for we've got Hyper on here. So Hyper, I wanted to talk to you about doing the course. So throughout the event, linked to the courses, and you say they get harder and harder. We've had completely. I don't know. So we've had. We've had people who are complete Minecraft parkour novice, and for 2 months they managed to turn into this crazy parkour person, and they can do crazy things that wouldn't even be expected in Minecraft parkour. And what people love about our events is it's not just a basic neo jump or trying to do a couple of 4 blockers in a row. There's different types of things that you have to do. So we've got different things from piston puzzles to timed pegboards, disappearing glass panes, moving walls, water slides, and giant roller coaster like rides. And we feel like that gives people a sense of something new, and always they're getting something fresh and they don't know what's going to come next. And so I wanted to say about you, Hyper, how do you feel that people starting the event can help to improve to get to the later stages?
Well, there are 3 things that you need to understand, and the first one is you need to practice in order to achieve greater and greater reward. Because basically the course isn't hard. What's going to be hard for you is the pressure that's going to get to you when you're on the real course. Because basically there's a training center that we can actually practice on, and when it's our time to actually do our runs, then there's a little pressure that can basically just make things harder, makes us concentrate harder. And basically if you just cannot handle the pressure, but you practice so well, basically, then you can still fail at jumps where you actually practiced and then just smashed it. So this is something that you need to balance. The second thing that is kind of interesting is the obstacles and how you need to learn them. So for example, there is a TIE fighter with different speeds that you need to actually know when it's going to speed up. And there are loads of techniques how to do one obstacles. For example, the floating steps is a great example because you can do it in 1,000 different ways, basically. And for example, if we say something much harder, then you need to find out a strategy that's going to work almost 100% of the time.
Sorry, someone just randomly spawned in your on your panel then. Sorry about that.
Okay, right. And the third thing, which is interesting, is how the staff and how the community basically handles themselves. So basically, the community is really friendly. They always accept new people, and even though you may be like bad at parkour or just really shy, there's always like a chance to actually show up and then just show your skills, show your determination on the course, and then try and complete the course basically.
Yeah. Have any of the community got questions?
Yeah, guys, if you have questions, we can take them now. I was gonna ask you guys too. How many events do you run a year? Is it just one, or is it multiple?
We only run one main event. So our main Global Ninja Warrior, it's Global Ninja Warrior 2017 or Global Ninja Warrior 2018. That's only a 1 year event. But next year we're planning to do it a bit earlier. I'm going away on an expedition in summer. So we'll probably be doing the event for 2019 in spring. So sign-ups will probably start start next year.
Right now we're doing the team,
yeah,
which is an offsite event as well, and obviously we're here, so this is kind of an event for us.
Yeah, guys, you should totally sign up to Team Ninja Warrior.
We need more people.
If they win the whole contest, what do they get?
So if they win the whole contest, this year we had a crazy big set of prizes for people, but that's because the event is so difficult. So we had a keyboard, a mouse, and also Razer headphones as well, there for people. So overall valued at about up to $300 worth of real life prizes for winning it.
And
That's
it's so difficult because we have, by the time semis hits, there's only 8 people left, and at least last year, the way to guarantee yourself a space in the international finals was to finish, which one of our competitors did, but they didn't make it that far. They didn't make it up the whole entire finale. And then we allowed 2 people in total that would make it, if they made it to the 7th or 8th obstacle, in total, 2 people that made it there could go on. But so if you're a staff member and you don't help build, you can participate. So because you didn't help build the event, you didn't help whatever, you don't really know what it's going to be like. So last year I didn't do as much, and I participated because I didn't build, and I made it to semis, and I got 2nd place in semis with making it to the 5th obstacle.
Oh, nice. So there's not too many questions coming in, so we're just gonna keep on going here.
Fire a question, man. Give me a question.
Can you guys kind of tell the community what you guys are doing at this event and how you are planning on raising money for special effects with your obstacle course and how far they get in it?
So this year at Cubed 2018 CubeCon, I don't know which one it is. I get really confused.
Cube is fine.
Cubed. This year at Cubed, we'll be doing a charity contest event kind of thing. So we've already done 2 sessions, but there's still a session left, guys. You can still join. It's 7 p.m. Or is it BST?
I didn't wake up early enough this morning for the first one.
So 7 p.m. BST to 8 p.m. BST, people can come on to Cubed and they can help raise money by running the course. And the further you get in the course, the more money you raise. So everyone who runs automatically gives 25 cents, which doesn't sound like a lot, but we've had so many runners that that's added up quite a lot. So we're looking at probably getting over $100 quite easily for this year at kids.
That's great. That is amazing that you guys are doing that. And a couple of people are asking when the next event is. It is actually at 7 p.m. BST.
Yeah, BST.
That is the
Which
next
is-
level Ninja Warrior event that's going on.
Which
And
It's the
it will
final
last-
one as well. So they
it's
need
2
to
p.m. EST.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to do all the conversions because I'm.
order conversion.
Yeah, I have to do the same. I'm American too. They always look at me. Hey, what time is it at? And I'm like, oh man.
Oh man. Any questions? Any questions?
Let me
Oh,
see.
wait, hang on. I'm getting too aggressive. Let me just stand down.
Okay, you guys. So is your server open year round?
Well, not all year round. So our server is like an event server. So like our event server opens for 2 months. So
Right.
we had it open from, well, kind of like 3 months, I suppose, 2.5, because we had it open from May from the sign-ups, and like a week before sign-ups ended, people were able to come on, and there was kind of like that space before the first event, so everyone got a chance to practice, and that server stays open for right until the end of the event. So until the midway through July, I think it was the 14th of July it ended this year.
Mhm.
So yeah, massive like quarter of the year it's open, and this year we'll also have our Team Global Ninja Warrior event, which people can find out more info about on the Discord. Oh my goodness.
We see our event server host person.
No. Don't turn around, Cube. No. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. What a beautiful sight.
Just Thomas jumping up and down.
Oh, I think we found a fan.
Can you guys tell us a little bit about your booth and the style and where you guys got the style from for the booth building?
Yeah.
Our booth has an interesting story.
Yeah. Do you want to see?
Yeah. See, I've been really busy with school and stuff, so I haven't really been helping. I wasn't really helping as much with the booth, and so I go to message Jake on. It was the day before it was due. I was like, "Hey, how's the booth going?" And he was like, "Oh, a funny story. He tried to cut and paste it a little bit over or whatever, and it ended up going like halfway outside of the barrier, and when he tried to undo it and put it back, it kind of died and wouldn't come back. And so then Paul had to try and undo the command, and what ended up happening was every command that Jake had ever done, every world end command Jake had ever done got reverted. It was a mess. And so then we got like a few members of the community who were willing to help. So Walt and Armelis helped us with building it. Like, so through that night, Walt and I were building, and then the next morning, Armelis, Jake, and myself, when I got home from school, were building. Actually, I got home from school and the time limit was up, I think. So we actually built our booth pretty much in one day.
Yeah, well, yeah, you guys utilized the community of the premium server. I know you guys had a lot of other booth owners helping you guys out, which was awesome. You know, to see the community come together to help fix your booth and get you guys sorted out.
Yeah, we went for like kind of like like a Spirited Away kind of theme. I don't know if it's. We just kind of thought like, you know, like a bit slapdash, you know.
Yeah, it's not as good as it could have been, but
make it Oriental.
Yeah, right. It's not as good as it could have been, but it's still something.
It is. It's. I think it's pretty cool though.
Do you guys have a website that people can visit?
No, not unfortunately, but we do have a Twitter that people can follow, and we give updates on all our events and applications, whatnot there.
And we have a Discord, which if you participate in the event, you have to be in the Discord.
Yep. So we can at you for your runs.
So you can schedule them, and so you can be in the call for your run or whatever.
Yeah. Hyper, I wanted to talk to you again about the course, because you've run pretty much you ran all the way up to the semis in 2017. And, oh my goodness, spoilers this year. So close your eyes about your ears. You got all the way up to the quarterfinals this year.
Yeah.
So you know a lot about the pressure, right? So how
Yeah.
do people avoid that pressure? Because we've had literally people rage quit off our course when they've done bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Pressure is a thing that's kind of hard to talk about because I don't know how people handle the pressure. Someone can like really handle the pressure and basically doesn't impact from it, but someone can be like so like I don't know, pressured about the event that they lose control basically, and preventing that from happen is basically just not impossible, but kind of hard because you need to know like okay, this is an environment where this pressure is normal, and you need to actually just go on and just say it's normal.
Like the practice center, yeah.
Yeah, the practice center is really different because you don't feel the pressure there. You don't know what pressure you are going to get, but when you're on the course, you will know when you're going to get that real high pressure on that one single jump that you made on the training center like 10,000 times. So it's really just up to the person and how they handle it. And in order to prevent it, you just need to be on the event and then try to find a way to actually distract yourself from that pressure. Because in that case, you can just go on and finish the parkour. But if the pressure is going to keep in your head, then there's going to be a problem.
And before their actual run, we give them a practice, like one practice run. I think we had a competitor who's now a staff member. He applied whatever rocker. He completely finished the course in his practice run right before his run, and then failed the first obstacle.
Yeah. But that's the pressure, right? Isn't it? Like it's your practice run and whatever, and then you get to your real run. And I know when I was out there doing the 2 p.m. event today, like I've been running those floating steps fine all day, and then I get on it and my palms are sweaty.
With all the people watching, like from yesterday when I was doing it, it's stressful.
Yeah, it is stressful, and I think it's just being like part of like people watching you or not, and it goes on, like especially for a live stream. You're the cause of this. Keep calm, of course.
Sorry. I apologize.
Do we have any other questions?
I think there's just one. It's in the stream, and it just says, "How did you guys advertise your event?"
So we advertised. Oh my goodness, we're getting invaded. So we advertised our event through our partners. So we get partners each year who help us advertise and get players. So we introduced the Global Ninja Warrior in 2017 when we created it with Island Clash, which unfortunately isn't a server now. But we had our part of their stuff in 2017 for Cubes, which is pretty cool. And this year it's kept what now is Isles Gaming, and a few people who competed in 2017 came back. And we also introduced to Gameshow Central, which is a massive sort of like events Discord where people just make events. That's what we thought. It's perfect for us. And we contacted the owner, and we got over 100 people in a week.
Oh, that's
and
great. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess that's all that we have time for now. If you guys want to join us in a couple of hours, they will be hosting another event at
come on, guys, you got to join.
It is actually in your nav books now. It's on the second page. That is at 7 p.m. BST.
And if you have any more questions there, I can always answer them in stream chat.
And if you're wondering whether I can play the drums, it's probably not. It's probably I'm not very good at the drums. I'm sorry. I don't know why I came up here. Thanks.